This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play,
and that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me? Hey.
Without me. All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
It did not.
All right,
McCarron.
So you talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yes.
You put
With me, without me.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Not one of our better football weekends in
man,
South
there
Louisiana.
is a Paul in Southwest
Yeah.
Louisiana.
Yeah, unless you're a
Could it
UL
get worse?
Lafayette Raging Cajun fan, you're maybe
Could
on
it get any
cloud
worse,
nine.
man? Could it
All
get
right,
any worse?
let's make this deal, Guidry.
You know what I'm going to
let's
talk
make a
about,
deal.
and we can just call it a night after that, okay?
If you're too much in the doldrums and you don't want to do the LSU segment, you can just fade away.
Oh, I have.
And if
feelings
I
he
can fade
wants
away
to do
during
it.
the Saints, okay? Because
He
it was
wants
just
to
as
do
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Just as bad. I don't know where we begin.
I don't even know where we
Sad
started
thing
either.
is, both of them were really, really good games.
I agree,
Exactly
Scooter.
right.
I totally agree.
I'm
You
with you
couldn't
on that.
ask for better games.
Great games, just lousy finishes. Chocker Block show, a lot of football, of course. LSU loses. You should know the headlines by now. The McNeese Cowboys lose. The New Orleans Saints lose. Saints and Tigers lose in heartbreakers.
Overtime.
The Cowboys really were never in this game from probably
Yeah.
the midway second quarter on. So we've got a lot to cover. High school football pairings are out. It seems like everybody is in, so all the youngsters are going to be playing football this week. It seems
And when
like
you say all, you mean all.
All of them.
many
It's a
of
lot
them
yeah.
are. We don't,
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. If we want to open up that Pandora's box. We'll see how the night goes.
I'm
All right,
ready.
guys.
I'm ready.
Let's bounce around
Can
between
I
the
just
three main games. Go
just
ahead,
a
Gib.
tidbit on my Tigers. This is where it's at, guys.
He couldn't even wait for you to set it up.
Just a tidbit.
This is where it's at. When you look at the game, you have to say to yourself, wow. You know, going into this game, not many folks, and I'll say this again, not many folks gave the Tigers a chance.
I didn't. He did.
I did. Both of us.
picked 'em.
And let me tell you something. You got to tip your hat to those guys. But the one thing that I've always said that I think Scooter has mentioned time and time
He's
again on
going
this
to
show.
come up with some minutia
No.
that had no effect at all.
No, it does. Sometimes you just have to be a smart player. That's all. Simple as that,
At the
guys.
right time.
If you don't get the personal foul, guys, we walk away with this game.
Unsportsmanlike.
Handily.
I
Handily.
don't understand that,
Handily, we
though,
walk
Jeff.
away with it.
If we're going to get down to details already,
That to me,
what you're assuming LSU was going to score a touchdown then without that penalty.
I was going to assume that they were going to score a
Oh, I
touchdown.
think
Yes.
they're going
On the
in.
6-yard line, Scooter.
think they're going
I
in.
think we're going in, Scooter.
It's tough.
But Scooter, I think we're going in on the
Inside
6.
10-yard line against Bama, it's tough.
Still.
Scooter.
And all they were going to do was run up the middle. They were going to,
No.
I'm not going to say settle for the field goal, but they were going to protect that field goal.
Probably.
No, they were.
They
no,
weren't
they
gonna
were.
do anything.
They were.
Oh no, they're going to run
But
the football.
but
come on.
when you
That's a huge turnaround. When the fumble and how it happened and the injury and that whole thing.
And you know, Yeldon,
that's a
man,
huge,
granted, man,
huge swing.
I mean, we're hoping that the kid's okay because it seemed that it was painful. Whatever happened, ankle, knee, whatever.
Yeah, I think he just sprained an
Okay.
ankle.
But when you go back to it, this is my thing, guys. Why would you even want to try and take Saban to an overtime? Why? I mean,
Well,
I
I
know,
don't think
I
they
know that,
wanted
I know
to.
the kick out of bounds wasn't something that was planned.
No.
What are you
To
thinking?
me, the kick out of bounds had a lot more effect than the unsportsmanlike.
Bring you back on the
'Cause I'm
35,
kinda
yeah.
thinking, unsportsmanlike call or not, I'm thinking it's a 75, 80% chance they still just end up with a field goal.
But Scooter, listen at it. The way that they've been running the ball all day, I say they go in.
Yeah, but
I say
it's
they go
tougher.
in.
It's tougher down
I say they go in.
60-40. I think
But-
it's 60-40, but that's
yeah.
just me.
But
He
looking
knows
back,
them better than I do.
Looking back at it though, and you say to yourself, okay. So Nick Saban at that point, him and Kiffin was just playing for the tie. They didn't want to score. I don't think they wanted to score. They was playing for the tie because you know what? This is a whole different package.
Well, field position dictated.
Well, that did, Scooter.
I mean, they weren't going to do
They got the
anything
ball back on the
crazy down
35. They
there.
got it on 35.
No,
which,
I'm talking about. Oh, you're talking about after.
after. Yeah.
I thought you meant before. The
I thought
fumble.
that they were just going to play for the tie
Well,
and say that's going to.
with 50 seconds. That's
But this
kinda
is the
what-
thing that gets me upset with the LSU coaches, and maybe you guys feel the same way. When you go into overtime, you've got to have a package for just that. You have to.
It sure looked like
Nick
Alabama
Saban-
did. I will say that.
Oh,
That was
my
some
God.
interesting plays they ran.
You flexed the tackle out That drew more attention to everybody.
And you know, that was like the 5th string tight end that they snuck in there
Scooter.
to make look like a tackle.
Scooter, look, I'm saying to myself, what do we do? The same stuff. Hey, you got to have a package for just that, Rick.
Let me interject.
You have to.
You know, I will agree with you to the point.
We confused. The defense got confused.
Alabama
They confused us.
Had some great play calls.
They confused us, Scooter, seriously. The defensive backs.
What's the difference in overtime in the regular
Well-
game from the 25? What is the difference?
Well, but you know
I've
what?
never understood that for.
Well,
everybody has
I'll-
a 2-point play. Well, it's not the only time you end up at the 2-yard line.
Right, but
so-
Scooter, you know at that point, you know you're tired. You know you kind of, you played the entire 4 quarters, and your mind's not where it needs to be, and as sharp as it probably needs to be. So therefore, if I give you something you haven't seen all game, it's like, whoa,
Whoa, what's going
whoa,
on? All right.
and that's what he did. Kiffin, you got to give it to those guys, man. They
Actually,
you got to give it to them.
Actually, LSU had a great play call on first down, and sad to say, our guy here, Melvin Jones,
Melvin, he dropped
the
it. Yeah,
pass.
Yeah,
he could have
that's-
gone.
that.
He could have gone for 12 yards. He could have went for
That's a
12 yards on
first
that.
down
Yeah.
and maybe 15.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
get on that
16.
Yeah.
as we dig deeper
Yeah.
into this game, the Tide and Tigers. All right,
He
let's
just took his
transition.
eyes off of it.
Let's transition to the McNeese Cowboys. They really had to have
I don't
this game
understand
at home.
McNeese. I do not understand McNeese.
Well,
They got one of these games
I don't know either.
a year in them.
Yeah.
As good as they can look, sometime when you least expect it, they just lay the biggest egg. I don't understand it.
yeah, you know, from my vantage point, Bolfing admitted just wasn't on. I mean,
Yeah.
they needed to stretch the field early. They tried to do it, and he simply wasn't on. And then when they lose Daniel Sams, who
Yeah.
is well 45 to 50% of their rushing offense,
Yeah.
and really maybe 50% of
That
their
hurts,
total
Rick.
offensive production.
That hurts.
From between the pass and the run. Then
that
all of a
hurts.
sudden, the playbook goes from here to here.
I mean, they
And
got
they
the
weren't-
hole early, though.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, how do you
But
dig that
it
hole
wasn't
early?
insurmountable
Yeah.
hole by any stretch
No,
of
it
the
wasn't
imagination.
insurmountable, but I
Nothing
I don't understand McNeese. I
Nothing
just
clicked,
don't.
and
Every year they have a game like
We'll
this.
get into this a little bit later on, but Matt Vietro in his press conference today didn't draw to it, but the press releases were there. It's clearly, you look at the depth chart,
Yeah.
7 offensive starters are not on the field. We're not on the field, or we're on the field part-time.
Just totally on
and
offense.
Maybe go get one back.
7.
I mean, 7 starters now. Think about that. From Sam's all the way to Wes Briscoe, who
Yeah.
was hurt in August camp.
And that was what we talked about when we had Matt on the show. Later in the season,
That's
that was
got
going to be
have
key.
An effect. The attrition part
that
of it
was gonna
is
be
gonna
key, Rick,
affect
having
your
everybody
output
healthy.
when you only got 63, 64 players to draw
Yeah.
from. So
Okay.
it's gonna
I mean, we can't look at that. We know that's football. That's going to happen. But
Saints and 49ers, an old NFC rival game.
I think the
I'm gonna
49ers.
use this question. I'm going to use
I'll
this
say
question when
this.
we get back to Tigers and Tide.
Okay.
Who gets the blame, and who gets the credit for this win?
Well, I'll just
Who
say
gets
this.
the blame?
I'll make it
And
real
sometimes
simple.
That's the way
It
it
really
falls.
I'll
was
make it
a
real
good
simple.
game.
That's
It
the way
really
it falls.
was a good game.
I'll make it simple, Rick. I think the 49ers just may have wanted it more. That's me. When you
Well,
look
there
at the
was
Saints.
more pressure on them.
Yeah.
Well, if you can get
They
to
had to
500
win.
in
They had to
NFC
win.
South.
They
Yeah,
had to
well,
win, Rick.
because of the division.
They had to
they're
win.
in.
Yeah, they had to win. They had to beat the Saints.
What's your
But
epiphany? That's it? It was a good game?
No. I'm not ready, as I've heard. I don't think LSU blew their game.
Okay.
I'm for giving Alabama execute.
Okay.
I think the Saints blew that game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah, Scooter.
I mean,
Well, where do you, but who do
I
you
mean,
point to?
Yeah,
Who
that's
are
the
you
thing.
pointing
what,
to?
the 49ers hadn't scored in 6 possessions.
Yeah.
The Saints finally get them where they want them. They complete 1 out of 7 passes on the game time drive. But how can you have such a monumental meltdown in the secondary? That guy that caught the 50-yard pass, he had to come back like he was fielding a punt. That's how open he was.
The safety, and I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
He went up.
That is- He
did.
Their safeties have been atrocious.
He
well,
did.
no, he
No, they
just
haven't.
let him go by.
Well, they had the 2 deep coverage.
Yeah.
And then Kaepernick was off on the right side scrambling.
Yeah,
and
that was a heck of a
the
play by him,
safety
though, Rick.
The safety
You
just
Heck of a
got
play by
other
him, though.
people to handle that.
I
What
agree.
is the only
I
thing
agree.
at that point that's going to beat you?
I agree.
You know that.
Where
You
is
know
the
that.
prevent defense when you need
Well,
it?
Well, the
Rex
one
Ryan-
name I'm not hearing is
No, you
Drew
couldn't
Brees.
play prevent defense.
The one name I'm not, and I'm going to say it.
Well, you know,
He gave up 13 points.
yeah.
And he
did.
manned up, and he took the responsibility
Sure
and the
he did,
blame,
but
and
he
he
also
should
made
have.
some plays. play.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
you know, how many times do you have to call him to the table, though, Rick? That's the thing.
The play of the game?
Yeah. What play cost the Saints that game? The 50-yard fourth down complete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if they just get a 12-yard game and gain and keep it going, it's still
I know that.
not very likely.
Some would say, and maybe it's just me, I'm not in that camp.
Yeah.
But some would say the ref could have possibly kept the flag in his pocket on the Hail Mary.
Rick, that's on a lot of them, you know what I mean? You can't.
Well,
it was an obvious push.
And my
Hang that
my
thought.
thing,
I
want to comment on that too when we come back.
The offensive player did a little acting job. Okay.
Defensive player.
But I will say this. I was listening to it. I was still on my way back from Baton Rouge. I didn't actually see it live. But as soon as they showed the replay, the Saints radio crew, including Hokie Gajan, both said, "Oh yeah, that's pass interference."
It was. So, he could have disguised it a little bit.
And I did see it later.
Yeah, it was. All right, up against the clock. When we come back, is it Alabama, LSU?
Yeah, it is Alabama, LSU.
Your blood pressure.
No
We'll
doubt,
give you 2 minutes to get your blood pressure down. We'll do that when we come back to the Lauberge Casino.
We will.
We are at Jack Daniels for the next 50 or so minutes, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Miller invented light beer, the original 96-calorie Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, welcome back to the Hip Hop and Jack Daniels here at Lauberge Casino. Guidry on the far end, Hobbs Cerro here. We're at Sound Off 60. Let me run it down for you. Big events coming to Lauberge Casino. November 15th, Hart and Nancy Wilson Barracuda, everybody remembers them. Great rock and roll.
Yeah.
November
Gonna be
26th,
great
I
concert.
checked the calendar. It's not Thanksgiving. I should know when Thanksgiving is.
Yes.
It's the day before Thanksgiving. Jen Comer, Homegrown Comedy, is coming to Lauberge Casino on November 26th.
That's the day before Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, day before Thanksgiving.
Day
Remember,
before
write
Thanksgiving.
down. November 26th. December 12th, Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
And then Jen Comer
I
back on
haven't
Christmas
seen
Day.
Michael Bolton.
Mike, I want to see Michael again. I like him.
Have you?
Yeah,
Bolton, yeah,
in
he's
Pebble
good.
Beach.
He's a
Good?
good guy.
Oh, very
He's
good.
got pipes now.
He has got
He's
some
good.
The
pipes.
ladies
Yeah.
will love him.
Yeah, they
Makes
will.
a point you bring the
Yeah, they
ladies
will.
to see
They
Michael
definitely will
Bolton.
love him.
I
So
won't
great
bore you with
entertainment
the
coming to
details,
Lauberge
but it's
Casino.
interesting how I saw him.
All right,
But let me
throw the question out.
Okay.
Who gets credit? Who gets blame? Baton Rouge, Death Valley, Alabama beats LSU in a great, great game. Who gets the credit? Who gets the blame?
That's a tough one, Rick, because I'm gonna tell you why. You've got to
and
credit.
sometimes it's black and white in life.
You've got to credit the defense. You've got one of the nation's best receiver. I feel he would probably surpass Julio Jones. Okay, Cooper.
Did they do fairly well overall?
Did they?
I think so.
5 catches to 46 yards.
Particularly the
I
second
think
half.
they did. I
Shut
think
him
they
down
did.
in the second
Yeah.
half. You know, I won't say I wasn't impressed with Cooper, but I guess I was expecting a little more.
Well, you know what, Scoot? Let me say this. We might have some players on our side of the ball too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
They
I
were
mean, I
man
got
coverage on him. They were man coverage on him.
You're not answering the question.
When they tried to single
Y'all are not
cover him, it
answering
hurt
the
him.
question. Answer
The blame.
question.
Rick, look.
'Cause
That's
what it
a
comes
tough
down
one,
to.
Rick.
What
But
do you
Rick,
mean it's a tough one?
It's because you know what? The defense, at the very end, it was a blown coverage on the defense. Mills, them, and Collins, it was a blown coverage.
Okay, so
It
you're
was a
talking
blown
about the
coverage.
overtime.
The very last play of the game that
All right.
Bama scored on, that was a blown
The
coverage.
trick
Scooter.
play, if you
Well,
will.
not really. It was
Yeah,
a little bit of a
no.
pick play.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No,
You
not
played.
a-
He didn't. Now, wait a
Defensive
minute.
back, you bumped
He's
that
an
down.
ex-defensive back.
You
He's
bumped that
saying
down.
blown.
No, it wasn't a
That-
quote, penalty pick play. They ran it the way you're supposed
Yeah.
to.
No, he says
I mean,
it's
the
blown
guy-
coverage.
No,
But
it wasn't a blown coverage.
You
He
never
says
let,
it's blown.
but
the
the
guy
safety.
got picked off.
Yeah, but Scooter, if you know that's
It
coming.
was a well-conceived play.
It was.
But that's Kiffin and
Okay.
Nick again. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So what you do as the up corner, you back off because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You back off. He was too tight. That's what caused that. And the safety Mills couldn't get to him in time because he's way out of position.
that's true. Well,
Could not get to him.
I'm just saying
You
it
bump
was a
it down. The corner
well-conceived
takes that. Rick, we got the play covered. Simple as
Wait a
that.
minute, wait a
Oh, so
minute,
you're
wait.
giving more credit to Alabama. You're gonna
They
insult
called,
LSU.
they called the good play.
Just like the Saints.
They called the good
just
play.
like
Come
the
on now.
Saints, if you're going to draw play, once they got to overtime, LSU was.
No, I'm not going to say that because I'm going to tell
I
you why.
think so.
Let me tell
Barring
you.
something
Scooter, let me tell you
crazy,
something.
I mean, Alabama.
let me
was
tell you
gonna
something,
win.
Scooter.
LSU had to win in regulation.
Let me tell you what I would have done.
So let's get to
Okay.
who's to blame for the tie? Let me put it that way.
Who's to blame for what?
For the tie.
For the tie. Because Scooter said if it doesn't
Who
go to
let
a
it
tie,
get to
LSU might win the
overtime?
game. But Scooter say if it goes to a tie,
Look,
Bama's going to win it.
No.
But
I'm saying who's to blame for letting Alabama tie it with 50 seconds left and no
Look,
timeout?
you don't want to
Well, I
single
can name
out
one
one
person.
player because football is the ultimate
74.
team.
74 to me.
Alexander.
74
you
to me
keep your
messed
cool.
up. Yes, you do.
You don't get the call.
You keep your cool.
They go in to score a touchdown.
Yeah, and Miles is
And they
still
win the
mad
game.
about
Look,
that call.
you got
and
the-
ironically, it was the only penalty of the game against LSU.
Isn't that
Yeah.
something?
I mean, is
You
that
got
crazy?
Isn't that
you
crazy?
get the ball on the
And it
6-yard line.
was very chintzy.
Yes, it
I'll
was.
say that.
On the 6-yard
But,
line, you go back to the
yeah.
21-yard line.
You
That's crazy.
never know.
Look,
And
there's a lot of
Miles
things.
is- I have the feeling Miles is still, even talking with him today, at his press lunch.
Yeah.
He's still irritated about it in some other calls.
Irritated
but-
with the player?
That can-
irritated
Well,
with the flag?
both.
Both. I think both. And let's go
He
back.
had a long talk with, I'm going to write about it for Wednesday, but he had, believe me, he had a very long talk with Steve Shaw, the director of SEC officials,
Yeah.
Sunday. And yeah, but I think that's overblown. I give you credit, Mr. LSU super fan. At least you're not blaming the refs, because I've heard way too much of that from LSU fans.
You keep your
In a
cool on that
game
either way,
where
Scooter.
you didn't notice
You
the
keep
refs
your
a
cool.
whole lot until LSU fans were begging for them to throw a
Yeah.
flag in
Yeah.
overtime.
Yeah.
Right.
Look,
I mean, I don't know. It was
when you say
it was
blame,
when there's not a lot of flags, I think the refs got it
look,
together.
not to say blame, but boy, what a huge effect it could have had on the game. Yeah. The two guys from here I want to call out, Traquin and Jones.
They did not
Tough
have
night.
their best games.
Tough night.
After
You know,
both had good
and
games
that's
against
that's
Ole Miss.
growing pains. So guys, look, that's growing pains. But
Well, they'll be fine. Both
it's
of them will
it's
be
just
fine.
the fact that as young as they are, they played such a huge part in the success that LSU could have had Saturday.
Are we doing another segment on LSU?
Yeah, but let me throw this out. I was with a group pretty after the McNeese game, pretty football savvy, and they were lamenting overtime. Alabama had already scored, and LSU not just doing what they do and pounding the ball. I'm with you. I like the call to the fullback out of the back.
The only call I would have changed
is who's catching it.
No,
I disagree.
Well, Melvin's caught.
He's a young guy.
Well, but he's caught passes before. He's caught passes before.
And just like that great first play Alabama had. If they put their starting tight end there, somebody noticed.
Look, I know what you're saying.
It's not quite as easy to get the ball.
Let me say what I would have done.
I like the fullback call.
This is what I would have done. Just to get Alabama off their rocker, man, I would have brought Harris in the game and just motion him into a wide to make them think, throw. You know, you got to do those things, man.
Yeah, baby.
You got to do that, Scooter. You have to do that.
Yeah.
And that's
if
where LSU wasn't at.
And I'm not. I mean,
you got to have an overtime
plays
package.
You can look at.
Yeah.
But to me, the killer was that kickoff.
That was the killer, Scooter. That did it.
But boy, it's up there.
I mean,
I couldn't even believe it was going out of bounds when he kicked it.
But it changes the whole dynamic. From the 35, Alabama was able to run these out routes where they could get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And if you fault LSU's defense for anything, it's that they didn't keep them in bounds.
Well,
they had some chances, a couple of missed tackles.
Maybe one time, Scooter, but those routes, Scooter, are designed when you catch it, you're going to go out of bounds.
But
I mean,
when
that's
the quarterback scrambled.
You got to keep him in. You got to keep him in.
I mean, that's a good 12, 14 seconds right there.
And Alabama had no timeouts.
They were out of time.
No, they were out.
With
they were
50
out.
seconds to play.
And I just really think that kickoff, I mean,
that did it, Scooter, to me. I mean, did you see Les' expression?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. You saw his expression?
It was classic.
It looked like one of your tee shots.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, how do you do that? How does that happen?
You got to love it, though, man.
Just hit the fairway.
Just hit the fairway.
All he had to do was hit the fairway.
That's all.
I know.
That's all, man.
I know. All right. I don't know if I got my answers. I give Alabama.
We can come back.
I give Alabama credit.
I give Alabama credit. I'll give Alabama credit.
But there is some blame on the LSU side, but probably not what people think, because everybody is going to label Les Miles as a nincompoop on the sideline. No.
Look, I'll tell you.
No,
I'll tell you one guy. I'll tell you one guy who surprised me at his play, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm gonna say Jennings.
Hang on to that thought.
I'm going to say Jennings. His play. His play surprised me.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next, we'll talk about the Cowboys.
It did.
They got some goals. Their fate is not completely gone when it comes to extending this football season. We'll do that and more when we come back to Jack Daniels. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Begless Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels, Sound Off 60, trying to get through a rough football weekend.
Okay.
Tigers lose, Saints lose, McNeese Cowboys lose. We're talking blue and gold. All right.
Let me, because apparently something's something's rubbing you wrong here right now tonight because you keep bringing up who's to blame. I want to know who's to blame.
For what game now?
LSU, Bama.
I said Alabama gets a lot of credit.
Okay.
I like the call. I like the execution.
But the whole thing is you kind of just stir the pot a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, you keep saying blame. Who's going to be the blame?
Of a game,
who's going to take the blame?
This tight and how this and all the subplots.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta, and I'm not taking a knee-jerk reaction. Sometimes there's credit. Sometimes there's blame.
I can understand that.
And yes, I think you have a little pendulum here.
Who do you think weighs the most on?
Pardon?
Who do you think weighs the most blame on the LSU side,
LSU.
defense or offense?
LSU. Yes. If you're going to put the pendulum, LSU's more blame for the loss because of what happened.
That's tough, though, Rick.
The penalty.
I get that.
The kickoff.
I get that.
And the inability to keep them inbounds and run down that clock. There's three things off the top of my head.
That's easier said than done, though, Rick.
I know it is. I know it is. Okay, I know it is.
That is easier said than done, I promise you.
McNeese Cowboys lose to Stephen. Zach Kronk, 6'5", 240, 21 out of 23. I mean, he looked,
I assume that's Clint Conk's son?
Yeah. I mean, he's a sophomore. So
sophomore.
Get ready, McNeese. This kid's got some ability. He didn't beat him. The Cowboys beat themselves. I mean, just in consistency on offense. Viator talked about it today. They don't have it. It's hit and miss. To me, I'm not trying to knee-jerk oversimplification, but when you lose that much talent on offense,
it's going to make a difference in your program.
And in the running backs, and now
it's going to make a difference.
Samms.
Yeah, and that's a key factor.
So how do you explain?
That's a key factor.
The defense starting so slow.
Well, you got a hot quarterback.
Yeah.
They did well against Gus Johnson, who I think and agree with Viator is the best running back in the South. I mean, they held him in check. I think more pressure would have helped, but the guy wasn't a running quarterback.
Right. Well, that big, I didn't think that he would be.
He did some Tom Brady's, and a little move here, a little move there, extended some key plays. And again, when you add that second or two, then you can find some people.
It's tough to keep somebody covered for just that amount of time.
I don't put it on the defense on this one. When you can keep Gus Johnson under wraps, and you got a hot quarterback, it's all offense. It's all offense. And they got nothing from the offense.
And you know what? The one thing Scooter and I didn't even mention.
But I mean, from talking to Hickey, and I mean, and I will be a little more forgiving depending on this answer. According to Hickey, we'll talk to him, Alex Hickey. I mean, McNeese played hard. It wasn't like they just didn't show up.
No, they've been playing hard.
If you play hard, how can everything go wrong?
Well,
again,
it happens.
It's got. I mean, give me
when
something
Daniel
besides
Samms
injury.
leaves at midway second quarter. Okay, when he leaves, the whole complexion. Look, Tyler Bolfing did well against Nebraska. He's had spots. But they have been able to win these games with the combination of them.
And I'm going to
we
tell
all
you,
knew Daniel Samms was going to be the preeminent performer of production out of offense. We all knew that, and he has been to a certain degree. So when he goes out, it all goes on Bolfing. And look, I questioned him. He just had a lousy night. He couldn't hit it. He couldn't hit the side of a barn.
And
he couldn't hit the side of a barn, and he admitted that.
What I think happens too, Rick, when you do that, and like you said, the playbook goes from here to here. And what defenses do, Rick, is that they know that to a degree on who you're playing, they know with Sam's, you got to play cautious. We don't want him to break a big one on us. So you play back to a degree.
Credit, he did break a couple of 10-yard runs for first downs, but they're playing from behind, and it's
tough.
Ears pinned back,
it's
and
tough.
he's back. He's getting sacked left and right because they're having to throw the football. Sam's MRI today, which is Monday. They should know maybe by midweek. Viator was.
Did it look
after
bad?
The game,
did it look bad?
I mean, he was shaking it. It's the same injury he had at K-State.
Yeah.
He said he's out for the year, but I think they're holding out some hope. Some hope that maybe. Some hope that maybe.
But that was
I think more than that, I mean, we touched on it earlier. Briscoe, Celeste may come back. Holmes,
and he's the underneath threat. You got to have him.
Bennett, 3 running backs, all gone. Have not been able to play consistently for weeks and weeks. Now, Long and Ryan Ross have taken up some of the slack, but you got all these running backs and receivers.
That's tough, Rick.
Where's the production going to come from?
And the thing, Rick, you know what? When you look to a team like that, when we talked earlier in the year, we said that was going to be the key factor in the success that the Cowboys would have is keeping everybody healthy.
And
we're back in the same. We're back in the same situation.
All this gloom and doom.
Yeah. Well,
it's not gloom and doom, Scooter, but we knew. You gotta get people back to play.
This is a huge hill, okay?
It's gotta be.
Hammond,
I know.
To play against the best quarterback in the South.
I know.
And he's the leading rusher.
Arguably the best team.
Yes.
Most talented,
probably.
I don't think they play together as well, but I think they're probably the most talented team
from top to bottom.
And we'll probably add the fact that they've got probably 5 D1 transfers.
More than that.
25.
And they have to win because Sam Houston continues to win.
How do you beat that? You can't beat that.
Easy road the rest of the way. They're playing the incarnate words.
You better learn how to play the game.
So
I'm telling you.
Unless something weird happens, Sam Houston's going to be stuck there with that one loss.
Yeah.
So Southeastern has to win. It's going to be a huge hill to climb. I'm not saying the Cowboys can't do it, but they got to come up with a heck of a package and a heck of a game plan.
Rick, we were at that game last year. You and I both.
Yeah.
We were at that game. Scooter was there too, I think.
I was there.
It got ugly quick, okay?
Yeah, not saying
it got ugly
quick.
It got ugly quick.
That was the one last year I didn't understand.
Let me throw this out. Let me throw this out. Don't read into this. I'm not being overly critical, but you hear it all over. Next man up. Next man up. Got injuries. Next man up. Well, that's why they have depth charts, don't they?
Right.
A lot of times that next man up is a second and a third. He ain't as good as the number one.
That's why he's a second and a third.
Exactly. Next man up is great in theory, and you got to have it. And sometimes they come through with great performances, but overall, in totality,
I don't know why.
I know what you're saying.
It's got you. I'm sorry.
Say it, Scooter. What? Say it.
That's why they have depth charts.
I don't know why it is, but that's one of the cliches that just annoys me the worst.
Next man up?
When you hear a player or a coach say, we have a saying around here, next man up. Yeah. Well, aren't y'all special? Every locker room in America says they have that theory of next man up.
Look,
it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it.
I see that when you lose 1 or 2.
Key
but
positions,
when it gets up to 6 and 7, the next man up.
Key positions, that's tough when you're talking about key positions.
I don't know.
It is.
It's going to be a tough hill to climb.
It is going to be tough.
It's going to be a tough hill to climb. All right. And that game is on the CW locally, Channel 7. 3 o'clock kickoff from Hammond. So it's going to be a big game. Keep your fingers crossed. Yeah. They might have Saints. I don't know. Up against the clock. We're going to come back. We're going to save the Saints. We're going to get back on Tigers and Tigers. I know you're biting at the bit. You got more to talk about. We'll do that in 2 minutes. We'll come back to Jack Daniels. Stay right.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Gold. It's the color of quality, the color of taste, the color of a true Pilsner. Let your eyes drink it in. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
Dig in. Because after a few icy seconds, you'll discover the light beer brewed for 21 days. And that's time well spent. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels. Don't forget, a great November here at Lauberge Casino.
Big November.
November 15th, Heart at the Special Events Center. November 26th, Jen Kober, Homegrown Comedy here at Jack Daniels. And then later on, it's Michael Bolton, December 12th. December 12th.
It's going to be a
Michael
nice
Bolton, get
concert.
your tickets now. All right, a lot going on, a lot of fun going on. All right, guys. Back on the LSU Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Saints coming up in the next segment.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, you tried to back me in the corner. I gave you my scenario, credit and blame.
Yeah, but
this was a great football game.
There's no doubt.
And I didn't think LSU, I didn't think they could beat Alabama, even in Baton
I knew
Rouge,
that they could.
especially with that
I thought
quarterback
they had a
situation.
chance.
I knew that they
thought
could.
they
Rick.
had a chance.
And Rick, let me say why, guys. Do you recall? Besides one other team, I think it was Ole Miss, to hold Alabama to 7 points in 2 quarters. Come on now, you're not giving my Tigers enough credit now,
Yeah.
Scooter, huh?
No, I mean,
Come on now.
I mean, I thought LSU. That was 2 athletic defenses going.
That's no doubt about it. And,
Smash mouth.
and you know what though?
You're going to see about 3/4 of those 2 defenses in the NFL
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah. But you know what impressed me more so? And you look at it, guys, and you look at coaches, Nick was keeping it right here. Wasn't doing anything that was going to stretch anything or nothing like that. Nick punt. Okay, I don't get it. I'm a punt. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to where I was going to make me feel like you was threatening me to make me feel like I was going to have to do something different.
It was like a little
Back
chess match.
yeah,
going
Scooter, back and forth. So my thing in knowing that, and this is what I caught back on, guys, you got to have a package for certain situations.
That's an interesting
You
question.
have to have it.
You know what?
You have to have it.
And I'll just throw this in as well. You know, that was an old style. When we say old, it really wasn't old style, like back in the 50s.
No.
It's more like NFL style.
Yeah.
You know, that's what those
Just
teams
playing smart.
are doing.
Just playing
but
smart.
you know, with all these 78 to 59 shootouts and stuff,
Yeah.
that game Saturday night was the highest rated game of the
You're right.
night. It easily beat out the Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
With their
Yeah.
built-in.
I agree.
Yeah.
Beat out the Notre Dame game, the Oregon game, all of those. That was the most watched game in America Saturday night. So there's something to say.
You know, it's
for
it's,
defense
and look, the hype around Saban, the hype around Alabama and all the national championships, and look, the TV hype around Death Valley and playing Saturday night in Baton Rouge.
But,
I mean, it's going to get people.
But this is the thing, guys, that gets me, and some people that I was at the game with, we talked about. You've got a guy that comes into a system for 1 year, Kiffin, with the Alabama system. How can you be that productive and that successful?
But you know, I thought he was about to get Alabama in trouble too. Now I'll give him
He's
credit.
wide open,
That was
Scooter.
You're talking about one play.
No.
Good grief.
No. It wasn't one play.
That was some great. Just be quiet a minute. That was some great play calling in overtime. I'm with you there.
Pass overtime during the game.
Alabama threw 48 something passes.
42.
42.
42.
Passes. I mean, I think it all. In fact, I could have sworn I saw Saban grabbing that playbook out of Kiffin's hands a few times. You know, let's get with the program and run the ball.
But guys, that's what I've been trying to say.
It's the most passes Alabama's thrown since.
And you know they're not a passing team. You know that they're not a passing team. But guys, this is what you got to get out of the norm of, Rick, of doing things that puts you. I understand Nick wants to hit you in the mouth and keep going at you, but Rick, Scooter, you have to sometimes finesse teams to get what you want out of them. And when you don't do that, that's when, you know what? When I sat there in overtime, Scooter, and saw the play call of what we had for those 4 plays, I just had to shake my head.
And
honestly, guys, I had to shake my head.
This. And look, he is young. But again, from my vantage point, you guys were at the game. Jennings, did he have the first down? Did he had it on
I would like to say so.
Everybody say that he did, but I don't know.
I would say easily. But all night long, what looked like big gaping holes.
It closed up quick.
Became, just 5-yard gains.
Closed up quick.
Because I think it was a better chance for him to pick up the first down than to complete the pass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I will say that.
And you
it
have to
looked
take
like
those
he
chances.
had wide open spaces, but that's pretty athletic.
I know that, but he's pretty athletic too. Maybe one juke to the left, and he goes inside, and he has 5 more.
I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't sound too much like a homer on this, but I couldn't believe it. When I finally got in my car to leave after the game, I turned on the car, the radio's on, the call-in show afterwards. The first call I hear is an LSU fan say, "This coaching staff has failed this team."
Oh, you see, that's
I'm thinking,
no.
What
No.
planet are you on?
No.
I
no,
have never
no,
seen.
No.
This team has made as much improvement.
I agree.
And it's a young
any
team.
LSU team.
It's a young team.
If you think about where this team was after the Auburn game, the Mississippi State game, and where they are now,
that's great coaching.
Everywhere except quarterback. And I have never seen a great team that was begging for a quarterback to complete the ball. And it's not all Anthony Jennings. I get that.
Yeah.
It's really the passing game as a whole. I mean,
and they had some drops. They had some drops.
It is a remedial passing game.
Yes.
To the,
It is, Scooter. It is. It's not that complex.
Truly, it's like a high school passing game that, for the intermediate routes, a guy's got to be wide open before they get throw it. They're not throwing it on breaks.
No,
You saw somebody,
and
even I don't think Sim, the Bama quarterback, he's not a great quarterback, but they could make some throws when guys were covered. The only that LSU will do it when they, the only thing they can do is throw deep if they can.
Wing and a prayer.
And hope.
And the thing is, guys, the way
Last
you know,
comment, bud.
the thing you know when Scooter says that is correct is that all year long you've never seen LSU throw a behind the fade shoulder. You just can't. Pros do it, but it's not that complex. But when you look at it, and you got to say this about this kid, maybe it's just me. Malachi Dupree is going to be a superstar, guys.
Yeah, well, sure he is.
Seriously.
But
kid's going to be a superstar,
here's
man.
My thing. It is monumental. I can't believe the improvement in the middle of that defense.
One guy, Scooter.
It took
one guy.
the tackles playing a lot better.
But it took one guy.
The tackles are playing a lot better.
That linebacker.
The offensive line should have been this good, but they have made so much progress. And I really don't know the quarterback position is even better now than it was against Wisconsin. I really don't.
All right.
It's a shame.
I don't know.
I really don't.
No. No.
We're out of time. We'll take a break.
Scooter said my time was up, man.
We're coming back with the Saints when we come back. Stay with us.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay, all is not lost. All is not lost in Baton Rouge. All is not lost in McNeese, and all is not lost in the Dome.
Need to win the next 2 games, though.
3 straight home games. 49ers coming off a dismal performance against St. Louis Rams the week before. I really thought they would win this game, but they didn't. They didn't. I give you the bomb to Crabtree. How does that happen? I don't know.
Yeah. That's inexplicable.
Drew Brees
can't have that.
is brilliant.
You can't have that.
But when Drew Brees gets a brain fart, like
it's
he
a big
did,
one.
and throws into almost quadruple coverage, because he wants to get the ball to Jimmy Graham so badly, and it's an easy pick off. That's 3 points right there, guys. And then the early pick, first possession, that gives the 49ers 7, and then the other one, the fumble, loses the game. That's 13 points, guys.
Yeah.
That's 13 points.
It is.
Okay,
it is.
and he manned up.
And he
took responsibility.
But
he's the leader.
How many times do you call Breeze out? So we're gonna just chalk that one up as a.
I call him out when I think he needs to be called out.
But it's not very often. It's not very often.
I mean,
it's not very often.
You know, and then some people say, well, the Saints wouldn't be there. If
Oh,
it
no
wasn't
doubt.
for Breeze. I get that.
No doubt. Yeah.
I get that.
But he's the
their
guy.
offense still,
But
the Saints are 4-5, right?
Yeah.
They have flat out blown 3 games.
Yeah. Maybe 4.
Yeah.
Those
So
4
it's
losses.
7-2.
Yeah.
3 for
exactly.
sure.
4 losses, 9 points.
Yeah.
4 losses by total.
And all lost right. They
At
had
the
a
end.
lead in the final
At the
minute
end.
of the game.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think
2
about
in
that.
overtime, 1 in regulation.
Think about that.
They had I mean, they were so similar.
I know.
Look.
I mean, what was it? Cleveland was like started on the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I should take back that LSU's kick made any difference.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But I mean, how?
I'm with you.
And you know, it's.
I'm with
I
you.
don't think it's prevent defense. But I mean,
Just boneheaded
their
plays at the wrong
defense
time.
finds a way to lose,
Yeah,
even
boneheaded
when
plays.
they are overall playing pretty well.
I agree. This is a legitimate.
How can you have this mindset? It's
Easy.
like
I
having
agree.
a closer in baseball that can't throw a strike.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I got it.
Well.
All right.
But Rick, when you look at it,
the good
Mark
news for
Ingram,
them,
what?
it's even better than being in the Southern Conference because they're in the NFC South.
I know.
But Rick, like Scooter said, when you look at that conference, it's weak, man.
the
Atlanta,
division
Tampa,
is weak.
nothing's happening there.
I get you.
Nothing's
it is
happening
weak.
there. Nothing.
They got Cincinnati coming up this Sunday. They're coming off just a dismal.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton was just awful, and you know he can't
Your
be that
favorite
bad.
player, isn't it?
He can't be that bad 2 weeks. Well, you got a good memory. He can't be that bad 2 weeks in a row. And then that Monday night game against Baltimore. This is a 3-game home stretch. That, you know, they got.
But you know what surprised me, Rick, man? And we always want to give the Saints the advantage at home. No, how many home games? Is this the first or second home game they've lost for the year?
It's first.
First. You always want to chalk them up a win for the Saints, man, at home.
I know. All right, Ingram runs for a $120.
Yeah.
Strong running.
That's Scooter's guy now. That's Scooter's favorite guy.
Like you said, a legitimate team that could very well be 7-2.
Yeah.
And they don't have Pierre
With
Thomas
9 points
and all
between
those
3
screen
losses.
passes. Peyton's got to be just pulling his hair out because he can't call the screen. He loves the screen.
Yeah.
But he can't call it.
Yeah.
Kyrie Robinson, that burst of energy is not there.
Yeah.
And Marcus Golston.
He's
drops
having a bad
more.
year, man.
More drops.
He's having a bad year.
I'm worried that, you know,
I've never seen him
3 or
drop this
4
many
games
balls.
from now, Ingram's going to
Seriously.
be so beat up, I don't know how effective he can be. I mean, they
gotta
got to
get
get him
Thomas
some
and-
help.
yeah, they
got
gotta
to
get
get
help.
him some help. I
And
never
you gotta-
thought I'd say that.
I know.
For years,
Yeah.
all I wanted was Ingram on the bench.
I know.
Or if not
You
the
didn't want to
waiver
put him in.
wire. Or the waiver
didn't want to put him
wire.
in.
All right.
I don't
The
know.
play. The play. All right, it's 4th and 10.
There is absolutely
Kaepernick
no
is
excuse.
he's just running around, and he ran to the left, circled all the way back to the right. What is the protocol? And he's not going to run it, Kevin.
No, you stay back. You stay back. That's Pop Warner.
How do you let a guy?
I don't know.
How does
Scooter,
the
we
DB
see it.
let it get
We
by
see
you
it all
20
the
yards
time, man.
behind you?
And you know what happens, guys? You will sometime
He
get
even
caught
had
up.
plenty of time to recover.
I'm gonna tell you what happens though. You will sometime get caught up as to what's in front of you,
Run it in front of you.
and forget that people's drifting behind you, and because you're looking and you're watching, and when you look, it's like, oh no!
Ryan had to be screaming on the sideline. He had to be screaming, get
It
back,
happens,
get
Scooter.
back,
It
get
happens.
back.
Yeah, it happens.
That's a good point.
It happens.
You got all this
You
activity.
get caught up, yeah, because you're watching it,
The
Rick.
play looked like it went
You're
on
watching
for 10
it.
seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
he's running around, he's waiting, he's waiting.
I mean,
But
that
you always, the golden rule is you stay deep as the deepest man. That's it. I mean, when they watching the film,
a first down only annoys you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that can beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
How
right.
do you let
You're
that
right.
happen?
50-yarder.
I mean, they're watching the film
I mean,
today.
those guys are getting millions of dollars, and they can't
All right.
remember
happens.
anything.
It
as
happens.
simple
The
as
other, it looked great on TV. All right. The Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Look, we talked about it earlier in the show. If some of the commentary, some of the experts were saying, if by chance Graham would have had the hand down low and gave him a little shove around the
He
hip,
was had to.
Yeah.
I'm
shoved
not
him right
sure,
in the shoulder pad.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure he needed to shove.
I know.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
think about it, yeah.
But he did.
He did.
And it
Great
wasn't
acting.
blatant. It wasn't blatant, but if the
He
ref
did.
sees
The ref saw it, and
I
that was
can
enough.
see.
That was enough.
I'm
And
not
again,
gonna
they
fix
That was enough.
look, in this game, they
Yeah,
called it
and
on
that-
the 49ers.
And look, you
Earlier
know
in
what?
the game, they
But see-
called offensive, so
But
they were level.
But
And
in
going
the
back-
NFL,
They were
and
level.
going back,
not to get on that soapbox again, but wasn't that nice to see just 3 flags the entire LSU game?
Yeah.
After watching NFL?
Here we go. Yeah.
I won't
here we go. Go ahead. Last comment. Last comment, Guidry. He's on this.
He took it. He took my thunder from me. Look, this is the thing, guys, and maybe it was just me. My thing is, if you're going to call pass interference in the first quarter, you better dang well call it in overtime too.
Yeah.
Okay? Now that's me.
Yeah, but.
That's me.
Yeah, but.
That's me.
It's the old basketball rule.
I know what you're saying,
you gotta
Rick.
swallow the whistle.
I know what you're saying,
But
Rick,
it was so blatant.
you got to be
It was just so
consistent, though.
blatant.
You got to be consistent.
The
with
Rams
that.
It really was blatant.
I don't know if that blatant.
It was blatant.
But
He pushed
yeah,
it.
it was there. It was
He
there.
pushed
It was there.
It wasn't a hard shove, but he got a.
And the guy acted.
The
yeah.
guy acted.
And
And like I said, I'm not
That's
sure
my
he
comment.
even had to.
The ball was there. The ball was there.
I'm not
Make
the
a
ball
basketball
was up
play.
and it was up high enough that I don't know if the guy could have out-jumped
I
Graham.
don't know
for
either.
it.
All right, up against the clock. All right.
Tough.
This is what college football wanted, right?
Tough.
We're coming back. We're going
It's
to
crazy.
decide who's our top 4.
It's crazy.
Is it CFP, College Football Playoff?
Yeah.
Right? CFP?
Yeah.
And the girls are coming back. They want to try to stump the wise guys. We're doing that in about
We
2
got
and a
them
half.
tonight.
Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our 2 stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels on the Bears. Great show. A lot of football.
Yes.
A lot of negative football, but that's the way life goes. That's the way we roll sometimes. All right, stump the one.
Not always good.
This
Not
is
always
us.
good.
This is you.
Yes.
All right.
We're LSU. You're Alabama.
All right.
So go for it.
Who's up first?
I'm first.
All right, then.
Okay.
Y'all hold him like I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I promise.
You better not look.
I promise I won't.
All right, so before yesterday's dismissal overtime loss to the 49ers, the Saints had won how many consecutive home games in the Superdome?
5.
Oh, no.
Four.
Like a ton.
Wait, consecutive? Oh, consecutive. You talking about
prior
prior
to this game?
Wait.
It's a bunch.
Wait. 11.
Under Breeze and Peyton, if you throw out the bounty.
You're talking
gate
about
year.
home games,
but
right?
they didn't lose one last year, so how many they played this year?
They played
I'm
5,
gonna
right?
say it's like 18.
They played 5. They played 5 this year.
11. No, that's not counting bounty gate.
I said 11.
I'm going to say 14.
I said 11.
It's 20.
Woo! 20.
20 consecutive home games.
I thought it was about 11.
That's not counting bounty gate, because they're counting how many had Peyton won in a row.
They were during
That wasn't
Bounty
consecutive,
Gate,
though. Yeah, that wasn't consecutive.
No,
No.
They were like 7 and 9.
No, they lost a lot. Yeah, they lost a lot of games at home.
Saints quarterback Drew Brees had 2 interceptions and 1 very closely fumble in the loss on Sunday. In what season did Drew Brees lose the most fumbles in a single year?
What year?
I'm gonna
That's a
say
tough one.
2009.
You're right.
Good guess.
2009?
That's the Super Bowl year.
You serious?
How many? He has a tendency to fumble.
10 times.
10 times.
Scooter.
And lost 6 of them.
That sounds
I'm with
okay.
you, Scooter. Good job, man. Okay, Scooter.
That Super Bowl.
Scooter, that was
year.
pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Bailed us out
Can you
on
believe
that.
I tell you, they wouldn't have asked if it had been the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
Carly?
Okay.
All right. What is Drew Brees' career passing completion percentage?
I'll say 69.
I'm going to say 73.
I'll say 68.
66.
Okay.
66%.
Ballpark.
Y'all were close.
That's including San Diego, too. His career. So
Aye,
he had 5 years in San Diego.
I hate the very specific question.
That's a very
What
specific.
chance you got?
I know. It's a shot in the
All right.
dark.
Is this a bonus question there?
Yes.
All right. Bonus question.
Name 2 opposing offensive stars from yesterday's Saints-49ers game that shares a college alma mater.
Share a college of 2 opposing stars?
Yeah. Graham and Gore.
Huh?
Yeah.
Graham and Gore.
Graham and Gore, the 49ers running back.
Oh, okay.
Miami?
Yep,
Are we
you're
right?
right.
Yes,
Graham and Gore?
Miami.
Yes.
I don't think they played
I think I was
together.
going to get that one.
Gore
No,
is-
they didn't play together.
Been there.
No, they didn't play together, Rick.
Graham
4
didn't
years.
really play in Miami. He played basketball.
Played basketball.
They share an alma mater.
Yeah. He
But
played,
he didn't really play
he
football.
played basketball.
Ladies, thank y'all.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Carly,
Great
that's
job.
Paige, yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
We
you.
were stumped.
All right.
We were
Look,
stumped. All right.
I got to bring up one thing
Yeah.
before you get on high school and everything. Did you guys see the game Oregon and Utah?
Yes.
You know what
I
I'm talking
saw
about?
the play. I didn't see the game.
I will take his scholarship. I will take his
How does
scholarship.
that happen?
I will take his scholarship from
That
him.
has become.
I will take it from him.
I don't even know. I was thinking.
Honey
guys,
Badger did that one year, didn't he?
Yeah, but and you know the one Honey Badger did in the SEC championship game, and nobody even noticed it at the
No,
time.
they didn't,
It
Scooter.
was like 5 minutes later, CBS came across it and started showing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure Honey Badgers, even if they had reviewed it, there was enough. I think he probably did get rid of it too quick. But even with the review of all the angles they showed, I'm not sure.
I would take his scholarship, Rick, on the field. I take
Guys,
it on the field.
if you haven't seen the play, YouTube it, Utah, Oregon.
I would take
But
it
I mean,
from on
this
the
guy
field.
wasn't even close. He's like 3 yards.
I know.
Unbelievable.
I know.
I mean, what is it?
I don't know what he
High
was
school
thinking.
pairings, we got almost everybody in the area. Let me point out some Sulphur back
Who's
in the
not
playoffs.
in the
Who's
playoffs?
not in the
Tell me
playoffs?
that.
I don't know. You got to help me out that.
Yeah.
Sulphur is going to be on the road at East Ascension. Sam
Yes.
Houston is in, obviously, on
Yes.
the road. Barb is at home against Dutchtown. This is all Friday.
Yeah.
Another home game would be Lagrange.
Dutchtown's
who,
got that pretty good running back.
again, Lagrange started slow, but then
They
they,
did.
won a
They
whole bunch
picked
of
up.
games. So
Chose
they're at
them.
home. Jennings at home. Lake Arthur at home. And Kinder. Welsh and Vintner. So a lot of teams in it. Kinder number 2 in 2A.
Kinder
seeded,
will go
so
deep in
they're
it.
at home. So this is a good Kinder team.
No, Kinder will
Oh, they
go
are
deep in
good.
it.
And I tell you, if they don't get
Kinder
back
will
to
go
the
deep
dome,
in
their
it.
goal
Yeah.
is to get back to the dome.
They are, and I think
wanna
they
win
will,
another
Rick.
state championship.
I think they
This
will.
is a very good Kinder team.
I think that
But
they will.
Barb, I don't know, guys. Remember we talked about this. We knew a lot of teams were going to be
Yeah.
in. Maybe no one is really a powerhouse outside of Kinder, but we got a lot of teams in, and I think Barb can make some noise because it's at home.
Yeah.
And Lagrange. I mean, I think they're going in the right direction.
Doesn't Dutchtown
I really
have
do.
that running back that's pretty
They
good?
can go
If I'm not
toward the
mistaken.
dome.
I don't know.
I think they
You
got a
may
running
go
back that's
toward
pretty
the
good.
dome. I don't think they can get
Who?
there. Those teams, Lagrange.
No,
Barb.
I'm just saying
I don't
make
think
some
they can
noise.
get there, but they can.
And make some noise.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
things have to fall their way.
Yeah,
They're gonna
they
make
do.
some
Oh,
noise.
is that Sam Houston Barb game a great game Friday night?
Was
Yeah.
it ever?
Great.
St. Louis in the private section. St. Louis is in, and
Yeah.
Hamilton
And
Christian.
Hamilton Christian.
Hamilton Christian only lost.
Tim
like,
Sins.
Everybody's in.
Go Tim Sinsley.
Don't get me
Before, I
started
want to
on
remind
that.
everybody basketball. All right, the
Yes.
Cowgirls Friday night against Louisiana College, Sunday
Mm-hmm.
against Tulane, and the boys are on the road. The Cowboys are going to be playing at Baylor. All right, Alabama. I think they deserve to be in the top 4 this week. I still think it's Mississippi State,
Yeah, they.
Florida State,
Yeah.
Alabama,
Yeah.
and Oregon. That's my 4.
Well,
That's a big win for Alabama.
That was a big
argue
win.
with that.
I mean, it was a big win. It was a big win. But then
TCU.
But then,
how do you see you? Where do they come from? How do they continue to do this at TCU?
The Horned Toads. Isn't that the Horned
I'm
Toads?
more impressed right now
Horned
with
Frogs.
the Pac-12 teams than I am the Big 12.
Are you more impressed?
Yeah.
With the Pac-12. Early in the year now, the Pac-12 wasn't playing that well.
I know.
But right now, I think I'd put a little more weight to Pac-12.
Media
than the
darling
Big
is
12.
Kansas State. Everybody, they were the media darling.
TCU killed them.
I know, and wiped them out. I just TCU is just. I don't get it.
I don't know, but you know, Mississippi State got 2 more weeks,
Well,
baby.
what is it? The Egg Bowl.
You got
Ole
2
Miss,
more weeks.
and then it's
Yeah,
Alabama.
you got Alabama.
It's
Got 2 more weeks.
Alabama this week.
Yeah.
This week in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, in Tuscaloosa.
2 more weeks.
Tuscaloosa. All right, great games. More great games in the SEC. LSU, Arkansas. Night game. Isn't it?
Fayetteville.
Night game supposed to be snowing.
Fayetteville. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Fayetteville. What a place.
He's a stat man, he's a newspaper
Yeah.
reporter, and he's a
Weatherman.
meteorologist.
He's a weatherman now.
We're out of time there, Jack Daniels.
That's
We'll
the
do it all again
prediction.
next time, everybody. So long.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.